Are you new to sports betting? In the next 5 minutes, I'll show you everything beginners need to know to finally beat the books. And newsflash, the house doesn't always win. Hey, my name is Spike. I made over $200,000 on PrizePicks. And now I'm helping people actually understand sports betting. Everyone talks about picks and parlays, but if you don't understand the basics, you're gambling blind. So let's fix that. First, let's talk about odds, because understanding them is basically your key to beating the sportsbooks. A lot of you seen plus 200, minus 200, but you really have to understand what it actually means. So for plus 200, it means if you bet $100, you will win $200 if your pick hits. That's your potential profit. And negative 200, that means you have to risk 200 to win 100. Favorites pay less because they're more likely to win. Now here's something the sharp bettors use. It's called implied probability. It tells you how likely the sportsbooks think something will happen. So, for example, plus 200 has the implied probability of 33%. That means the sportsbooks think that your break-even point is around 33%. So, for negative 200 on the contrary, it's 66%. So that's how the sportsbook is pricing the risk. So if you want to do this without pulling a calculator out every single time, we built a calculator on CrashoutBets. It's totally free. Just enter negative 200 plus 200, hit calculate, and it instantly shows you the implied probabilities. But with that being said, let's get into the main lines. There are 3 lines that people talk about most often: the spread, the money line, and the total. Let's look at an actual game, Lakers versus OKC. Money line is just who wins. On this slip, the Lakers are plus 205 and OKC is minus 250. That means a $100 bet on the Lakers wins $205 and $250 bet on the OKC wins $100. Favorites get the minus, underdogs get the plus. This means OKC is the favorites and then the Lakers are the underdogs. So let's talk about spread now. This is where people get a little confused. Spread is the point cushion. Lakers are plus 7, OKC minus 7. That means OKC has to win by more than 7 points for a bet on them to cash. A bet on the Lakers plus 7 wins if they lose by less than 7 or win outright. So let's talk about total. It's basically the combined score. Here it's 230.5. You're betting on whether the two teams score over or under that number. Now that you learned main lines, let's talk a little bit about bankroll management. Now this is the part that saves you from going broke. Think of your bankroll like your gas tank. You don't floor it every time you drive, you pace it. 1 unit is 1% of your bankroll. That's your standard bet size. So if your bankroll is $1,000, 1 unit would be $10. You never go all in. That's how you crash. The goal isn't to win one bet, it's to stay in the game long term, enough to let the math work in your favor. There's a concept called Kelly criterion, but we'll get into that later. Alright, the next concept. This one separates the broke bettors from the smart ones. I call it the shopping cart. Let's say, for example, store A sells this water for $1 and store B sells it for $5. Where are you going to buy it? Exactly, store A. Now watch this. Lakers to win, app 1 pays $20 and app 2 pays $25 for the same game, same team, same outcome. If you're not using multiple apps, you're just giving your money away, like buying $5 water every day. This is called line shopping. It's not optional. It's literally your edge. Now you're probably wondering, how do I find these edges? Well, we built CrashoutBets for this exact reason. It tracks every sportsbook and show you which app is giving you the best line in real time. There's no guessing, no spreadsheets. We make it as easy as possible to understand. Okay, let me show you how a sharp bettor actually thinks. We tried to find what we call positive EV, positive expected value. Let's say the Lakers are plus 200 to win tonight. That means if you bet $100, you win $200. Now, most people, they just bet their favorite team. Smart bettors don't. We first ask, what are the real odds of the Lakers winning? Let's say I looked at everything: injuries, matchup, rest, line shopping, anything that you can think of. And then I think the Lakers are actually going to win half the time. That's 50%. And the 50% odds should be around plus 100. But the sportsbook is giving me plus 200. So I'm getting double the payout for something that happens half the time. That is what we call positive EV. It doesn't mean it always wins tonight. It just means if I make this kind of bet over and over, I'll win more than I lose in the long run. As you can see on CrashoutBets, we highlight the fair odds and it helps you line shop so that it's very easy for you to make a profit and really digest and understand everything. Here's another strategy that a lot of pros use. It's called arbitrage betting. Basically, it's when you can bet both sides of the same game and lock in a guaranteed profit no matter what happens. Here's an example of the Pistons versus Bulls game. Let's say we bet on the Pistons winning on the Caesars Sportsbooks at plus 110, and then we bet on the Chicago Bulls winning on Bet365 at plus 115. No matter what, I'm going to be locking in 6.23%, which is roughly around $12. It doesn't matter who wins, it's guaranteed profit. This is what we call arbitrage betting. If you found any of this helpful, leave a comment on what you would want to learn more in depth, and don't forget to subscribe.